I don't know why so many guys in this industry ignore this, but KPIs are so OP to scale your appointment setting, boys. KPIs are really important to actually make sure that you and your client are running an efficient business. So I would say that not tracking your KPIs is losing you money. And when I say losing you money, I mean it's losing you a lot of money, and you'll see why. So numbers are everything pretty much. The numbers do not lie, and if these numbers are not adding up, you need to identify what needs to be improved in order to make sure that those numbers actually add up. So it's really important to make sure that you're earning what you should be earning as an appointment setter. Or if you got a business like I have a business, then just make sure that that business is earning as much as it should be. So first of all, what KPIs stands for? It stands for Key Performance Indicator, which is literally a quantifiable measure of some performance over a certain period of time. So for example, expectations that I have here for my setters is that basically they have to talk with at least 40 people a day, at least 40 outreaches a day plus inbound. So for example, let's say that I've got 10 inbounds at some point. That means that they would be expected to send 30 outreach messages minimum, 30 more outreach messages minimum. So these are KPIs that I have, and I'm going to tell you exactly how to track your KPIs in this video and set targets to make sure that you are earning as much money as you should be earning. So this is what I'm doing in my business all the time, and this is pretty much what got me here in Thailand. I don't know. So you need to know your numbers first, and then you can take your targets based on those numbers, but it's really important that you're using the CRM to track your numbers so you can track your response rate as well when you're doing an outreach, obviously. So this is an example, boys. This is some reality, some realistic expectations that you can have when you start to track your KPIs. So per 1,000 messages that you send, like I said, these are some realistic numbers that you can expect if you are somewhat good at appointment setting. So 1,000 messages, around 15% reply rate, which is about 150. Then you manage to send a VSL to 45 of those 150 guys. By the way, for you that maybe don't know yet, VSL stands for Video Sales Letter. And that video is meant to convert uninterested leads into interested leads that are willing to book a call where they would potentially be closed, or they just want to hear more. But yeah, that's what VSL is used for. Like I said, then of those 45, you propose a call to 20 of those, let's say. Book around 8 calls from that. And at the end, this is obviously five are gonna show up, and then at the end, this is how many of those will close. This is how many of them will close, and some reality would be 2 closes, which adds up to 10K generated per every 1,000 messages that you send. So if you got all the numbers there, you should always know your numbers, your response rate. How many people have you sent a Calendly to? If you by any chance don't know your numbers and those things, then you can simply just go on your CRM and have a look in the last, let's say, 500 messages that you've been sending, and just work it out, because you can see how many people have you sent a VSL to, how many people have you sent a Calendly to, so they can book a call, and how many of those people have actually booked that call. Then at the end, of course, how many of those people have closed. You should have it all there in the CRM. You need to be tracking things, boys. You need to be tracking things if you want to take your appointment setting to the next level. So you got all the percentages there. You know what you need to improve on, and this should show that every 1K messages that you send on average will generate you 10K, will generate 10K for your client. Then of course you're getting paid commissions, and that would mean, okay, yeah, you get 1K in commissions if you are on 10% of a 5K deal. That's 1K per 1,000 messages that you send, and then you can just work it out, right? So yeah, let's say you send 100 messages per day. Then okay, well, now you can pretty much kind of reverse engineer it, work it out that you're basically making 100 euros a day based on these KPIs, you know. Obviously, because if you're sending 100 messages a day, it would take you around 10 days to send 1k messages, and that means that you're making 100 euros per day. It's pretty simple math. So anyways, now when you know your current KPIs, now it's gonna give you a very good idea of what you need to improve next in order to get your numbers to the next level. So let's say one thing was really bad, like, okay, let's say this thing is bad. You only manage to book 40% of those. No, actually, let's say a different example. Out of 20 people that you propose a call, you only manage to book 8 of them, which is 40% of those. That's a really bad number. So now you know, okay, well, if I can just double this thing, if I can just double down on that, let me just do this quickly. If you can just 2x this, then that's automatically, I don't know what I'm doing, boys, but anyways, if you can 2x this, then automatically that means that this number right here is gonna go on 16 booked calls, which is 80%. So if I can work on this, if I can really put my time and focus on this and improve this, I can multiply these closes by 2 as well. So closes are now going to be 4, and now it's no longer 10k closed per every 1k messages sent. Now it's 20k closed, and now you're making 2k, which automatically means that you're making 200 euros per day. You've literally just doubled your income. Instead of making 100 a day, now you're making 200 a day. Like I said, you've just doubled your income because you had these KPIs there and you found a way. You found the thing that you needed to improve on in order to improve your income as an appointment setter too. So this is why it's so important, and this is how to set yourself apart from the rest. You don't want to be, so this is an advice for you. You don't want to be hired by someone and just be there inside their business, chilling and taking the money. Of course, you are there to take the money, don't get me wrong, but you should never be satisfied with the numbers you're getting and always aim for improvement. At the end of the day, boys, you want to be making more money, and in order to do that, you need to implement these things. That's how you become an asset to your company. That's how I became an asset to my company, to my mentor who I'm working for right now, by tracking every possible step of the sales process, like here. And ultimately, boys, that's what brought me here in Thailand. Pretty much, I'm here with my boys. You know, if I wasn't tracking these numbers and always aiming to improve them, I wouldn't manage to move here for 2 weeks to grind with them. So anyways, now this is a very important thing. Now once you have your numbers all added into the KPIs, you got it all laid out. You understand your numbers, and now you can set yourself some goals, like here. Set yourself some targets. So let's say that, yeah, you want to improve on, because maybe instead of multiplying this one by 2, you know, you can maybe just increase all of them by a little bit, and by increasing them all by a little bit, it makes a very big difference. Again, example, some target thing. So let's say that instead of 15% reply rate, maybe we have 30% reply rate, 300 messages. We already doubled our leads. We already have doubled the amount of leads in our DMs compared to the scenario we had before. Then we send a VSL to 140 of those, and now you proposed to book a call to more people as well. 85 of those 100. That's 60%. 55 of them are actually gonna book the call, and then your guy is gonna close about 25 of those. Of course, 40 are gonna show up. Like I said, your guy is gonna close 25 of those, and now, believe me or not, you've gone from 2 to 25. From 2 closes to 25 closes. That's your target. That's what you need to hit. That's what you need to aim for. That's what you want to hit, and now you know the numbers you need to hit in order to make this possible, to make this happen. Now that you see these numbers, instead of 10k closed, You've got 125 closed per every 1,000 messages for your client. That's absolutely mental. And of course, from these 125k, you're probably making still 10%, or if your client has seen some great results, he probably even raised your commission. And let's say that you're now making around 15k a month, at least 15k a month. So obviously, you're not going to get that straight away. You know, I want to be as realistic as possible. These are your target numbers. But every single week, let's say, you're going to get closer and closer to that goal, because these are going to be increasing gradually. You see, that's the thing. You might think that doubling your response rate, you're only gonna double your income too. But it's actually a lot better. You're gonna multiply exit by a lot, because once you get the ball rolling and catch that momentum, your skill is gonna be better and you're gonna be making more money than expected. Like in this example right here, you see. So that's why you need to have these KPIs there, to know exactly where you're going wrong in your sales process, where you're not making an amount of money that you should be making. People don't like this stuff. People don't like doing it, because one, it's a little bit boring, and I completely understand that, and two, their ego doesn't like it, because they think they are better appointment setters than they actually are. And believe me or not, that's one of the usual problems most appointment setters are facing. So pretty much, yeah, that's how to set KPIs, and I definitely recommend you go and do this. I recommend you all go and do this. I would recommend actually doing this at least like once every 2 weeks, maybe every once a month, to kind of realign yourself so you can constantly familiarize yourself with the numbers that you're at now, you know. And at the end of the day, you can identify what you need to improve in order to actually hit this long-term target. So yeah, I hope this helped, boys. This is something that I want you to be doing. This is something that I want to see you guys doing. I actually want you to reach out to me as well and tell me when you do this, so that I can maybe take a look and, you know, help you out with hitting your targets, and just to encourage you to continue doing it as well, you know. So watch this video back anytime you feel stuck with this, boys. This is a sauce for you. This is a free sauce for you. It's just going to be here on my YouTube channel. And yeah, I hope this helped. Reach out to me and hit that subscribe button if you want, boys. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow in the next video. You know the drill. Daily upload, boys. So yeah, keep grinding.